Aloha, everyone. So, welcome back. And what is the deal with GMO? If you've ever walked down a grocery aisle, you've probably seen the non GMO Project butterfly sticker or the USA Organic seals on everything from tortilla chips to almond milk. If you check out the major World Health organizations, the WHO or the FDA, their position is clear. Currently available genetic modified food is safe to eat. So, why are so many people actively choosing to avoid them? So, it turns out the decision to skip GMO isn't just about fear of altered DNA. It's actually tied to heavy chemical use, environmental impacts, and big corporate monopolies. I'm going to break down the main reasons people decide to pass on bioengineered foods. So, number one, the chemical link and herbicide residues. The chemical connection. When most people picture genetically modified food, like I did, you imagine crops were engineered to be giant or super nutritious. So, what's the big deal, right? In reality, the vast majority of commercial GMO crops like soy, corn, and canola are modified for one major trait: herbicide tolerance. So take Roundup Ready crops, for example. They are engineered to survive direct spraying from glyphosate, a powerful weed killer, been in the news a lot on lots of kind of lawsuits. The goal was to make weed control easier, but one unintended result was a massive increase in total chemical applications across farmland over the last few decades. Because the crops are sprayed directly, critics and health conscious consumers are worried about the trace chemical residues left in the food. Since glyphosate has been flagged by the International Agency for Research on Cancer as a probable human carcinogen, many people chose to avoid GMO crops simply to lower the exposure to heavy agriculture pesticides. Also turns out soy was implanted with a fly gene to make it herbicide tolerant. Ew. So, number two is biodiversity and superweeds. So, when you drench millions of acres with the exact same chemical year after year, nature kind of adapts. So, we've seen the rise of superweeds. Yay! Weeds that have developed resistance to glyphosate. To fight these tougher weeds, farmers have to use even higher volumes of chemicals or resort to older, stronger chemical combinations. On top of that, GMO farming relies heavily on monoculture, planting of massive fields of the genetically modified identical crops, which reduces overall plant biodiversity, degrades healthy soil over time, and can harm local ecosystems, including essential pollinators like bees and butterflies. Number three, corporate control over seeds. Reason number three is the corporate control and agriculture ethics. GMO seeds are patented technology owned by a small group of massive agribusiness corporations. Traditionally, farmers save seeds from one harvest to plant to the next year. With patented GMO seeds, that practice is now illegal. Farmers have to buy new seeds and the matching chemical pesticides from these corporations every single year. For many consumers, choosing non GMO or organic food is a conscious economic vote against corporate monopolies in a way that supports small scale independent farming. Finally, there's the precautionary principle. When they make these changes to the seeds, they were only testing for one thing, not everything. There tends to be unintended consequences when you mess with Mother Nature. There was a new study done last year that showed when the people that ate genetically modified soy, it actually killed the good bacteria in your gut that you get from eating organic soy. So, long-term health studies over multi-generations are difficult to conduct and take time. And because of that, some consumers prefer to err on the side of caution until more decades of data exist. If you do want to avoid GMO, navigating is pretty straightforward. So, first, look for the USDA's organic seal. By law, organic food cannot contain GMO ingredients. Second, watch for the non GMO project verified logo. Third, focus on whole foods, organic fresh foods and vegetables in the produce section like berries, apples, broccoli, and tomatoes. Fourth, don't eat animals or animal products that have been fed GMO corn, wheat, and soy. Most large farms feed cows, goats, pigs, and chickens the GMO that we don't want to eat. So then you're eating it without eating it because you are what your food eats. At the end of the day, food choice is personal. Whether you avoid GMOs for health reasons, environmental concerns, or to support sustainable farming, knowing what's on your plate puts the power back in your hands. If you found this breakdown helpful, drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more food science and nutrition breakdowns. Thanks for watching. I'm Nancy Miller, and that's Food for Thought.